Welcome back to Peddocks Island. As promised, I have returned. So join me for this video as we explore the southern part of the island. I want to dedicate this particular video to my #1 fan on the beautiful island of Aruba, Rosa. Rosa, this video is for you. Enjoy. This is what November 18th looks like in Massachusetts in 2021. Got this strange day of warm weather. It's in the mid 60s, might actually reach into the 70s. So I'm gonna take one more opportunity, get out there, do some kayaking before, well, winter kicks in. So join me because I'm going back to Peddocks Island. I'm on the inside here of Bumpkin Island. It's pretty choppy coming up this way, so I'm gonna try to make a run for it this way to Peddocks Island. That whole stretch is Peddocks. It's really beautiful out here. When the sun goes behind the clouds, temperature does drop, and I have a limited amount of daylight as well since we are after daylight savings time. So off I go. Just a quick break in the paddling, show the scenery here. We're about halfway from Bumpkin to Peddocks. Just beautiful. Amazing that it's November. Of course. So here we are on my last visit to Peddocks Island. This is where we made the turn. We came down from up here and then went back this way. The weather was getting sour, so it was time to get back. So now time to go beyond this spot, explore the rest of the island. I mentioned before, the Peddocks Island is really 5 drumlins, and these 5 drumlins were separate islands at one time, probably a few thousand years ago, and over time the erosion worked at it and worked at it, created these tombolos. You can kind of see that effect right there, that long spit of land. These tombolos started connecting these drumlins and made one giant island out of it, and that's what we had here, Peddocks Island. Some cottages here, and I'm going to show more of them as we go along. These cottages are grandfathered in. There's a community that lived here a little over a century ago. Their descendants have been allowed to have these properties as cottages. However, from what I understand, the Parks Department has ruled that once someone passes away, the cottage then has to be abandoned. It can't be given to a next generation anymore. So we're going to see more and more of these cottages disappear over the next 20 years or so. Here's a little bit. There used to be a hotel here. There must have been something having a hotel here and staying here. There's the cottage community. You see how it's all overgrown now. And this is one of the big tombolos connecting from one drumlin to the next. There's a view to Boston over there. Apologies with the GoPro, doesn't always catch it. Over there is Winthrop, Deer Island. Here are some more of the cottages. These are all off-grid. No electricity, no water. All of that has to be done by the owners themselves. So rainwater collection, probably some solar panels here and there. If anybody stays later in the season, they probably have wood stoves. Looks like they're boarded up for the winter. It's like a little private little piece of heaven here. There's a rainwater collection system right there. Crude but effective, and there's more back there, and solar panel. Here's another derelict one. Venture to guess maybe this one too. Island of Lost Souls. Very creative. Huh. That's pretty cool. Key West. So the vast majority of people living in the Boston area have no idea about this little cottage community. Complete secret, it seems to be. Quite the experience at 3 in the morning, I'll bet. Looks like this is permanently closed, perhaps. This might be one of the ones where the owner passed and now it's, yeah, completely shut down. Imagine the people that summered here. Maybe somebody even spent the winter here. And judging by this chimney, it's altogether possible. Generations of stories, but all done now. We're leaving the cottage community now and heading further south. This is one of the drumlins here, and we're back on a tombolo here. Tested this water, it's salt water. It would have been really handy if that were fresh. So definitely rainwater is the only way for this community to actually survive. Well, it's crude, but probably pretty effective. Some pretty cool, weird things you find on these islands. Look at this. Somebody made a kid's floaty toy out of old tires. Huh. We're down now at the most southern end of the island here. And right here, right over the way there, that's Nut Island, which is part of Howe's Neck and Quincy. So that's the mainland right there. Back on the tombolo again, and over here is actually an extreme example of this geological formation. Let's go take a look. So right here looks like a little, I don't know, maybe a baby drumlin, not sure. I didn't really study geology, kind of been learning all this as I go along exploring these islands. So all this material here has been scraping away from the drumlins over time, from the waves and the tides, builds up and creates an island. Probably this right here probably was a separate little island, probably as recent as the 19th century. It'd be kind of interesting to see what this would all look like in another 500-600 years. That erosion. Got some trees just hanging on, but they're not long for the world, that's for sure. Well, we've reached the end on this section. Tide's going out, so we're able to go out a little bit further. So this is the very top, or the end, whatever you want to call it, of this particular little drumlin. I'm going to try to climb it. Join me. Pretty near to the top. Ah, pricker bushes. Ow, ow. I think it's going to be hard going after this. It's all pricker bushes up here. Nevertheless, a very cool view. what I found in my climb way up here. Somebody's bikini top. Man, how in the world did it get up here? If anybody's missing a yellow and aqua bikini top, it's right here on top of the drumlin. There's some erosion on this side too, but it seems to be older and some of the vegetation is growing back in. That's it. That's the drumlin. So we're gonna head back. Bye bye, baby drumlin. See you another time. Sun is going to come down pretty early this time of year, so I gotta boogie out of here no later than 3, because once that sun comes down, the temperature's gonna drop. And as nice as it might be right now, it's still November. So let's get a move on. One last look at the cottage community. I think every time I come here I'm going to see more and more of these boarded up, and eventually they'll come and tear it down. So at least it's preserved a little bit on video. That's it. We're leaving Pedex now. I'm gonna head back. Got some chop, but let's do it quickly before the sun comes down.